Hello, Clive here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. So in the previous episode, we went through the Iron Throne, and we completed that part of the quest chain for Gortash, and we're now at the point where we have to take out the Steel Watchers. So there's a bunch of these guys, and when you go to the factory, and the factory we find is where they're all at. So this is the factory. We've already been here before. What we'll probably do is just go in from the roof, because it's just probably the easiest way to get in there without drawing attention. There's a patrol still out here that we can ignore. So let's go up here and then flaps the roof. If you need to go through, you can actually go through and just open the gate. If you don't have fly, you can go through this gate, lockpick this, go through the door, lockpick that, and then go inside. I just recommend using turn-based mode. Whenever this guy goes around the corner, you can just do that within like 2 turns, and then you should be fine. And if you do have fly, this is probably the fastest way, or I guess the easiest way to avoid enemies. So in the Iron Throne, we did save all of the Gondians in there, and now we have to go back here and talk to these Gondians. And there's probably going to be some people here. Okay, so let's go down here. It's like the... yeah, it's a guard. Alright, let's go here and let's talk to this guy.
You have beaten and tormented us to the brink of insanity. You cut out my eyes, but we will bow no more. Gondians! Rip the motivator from this bastard's hands! For Gond!
Alright, so this is one of the bad guys that came up and checked, or I guess 2 of the bad guys. So it should be pretty quick to take these guys out. You want to kill the guy with the actual motivator in his hand first, and then get it just like the other person. Alright, so that's the Gondians. Save the Gondians is the quest here. Let's talk to Xander.
What happened to Obelia? Is she safe?
She is, don't worry.
My heart. I thought her lost. I would give more than just my sight to keep her safe. Our destination is the Neurosita, the nerve center of the Steel Watch. Guide me there, and I'll do the rest.
Agreed, let's finish this.
My fellow Gondians, flee this prison. We're bringing this place down.
Alright, so that is the Gondians. Let's go in to this section here, which is the stairwell that we saw earlier. This is the security room back here. Can I get through this door? Yeah, I can get through this door, I think. Should have the key. Yeah, I do. Okay, and down here is the stairs. We're going to be fighting quite a bit, so we want to probably just go in here and just try to see what we can get taken care of. There might be some people that might get caught in the fight. We'll see. Alright, so we have a lot of people here. Yeah, I think this guy's going to get wiped out pretty quickly, which is unfortunate. We do need to find the people that have the motivators on them, so we need to take care of that first. And then we probably just want to keep them from moving around too much in here. Maybe try to group all the bad guys up into one spot, and that's probably the play. So there should be someone over here as well. We'll have to find the person with the motivator. I think they'll probably activate it, and we'll have to get to them pretty quickly once they do. Alright, so that is the fight. So yeah, it's a pretty tough fight. We did lose people. There was, you know, it's kind of unavoidable to lose people like that unless you go in here. Even if you go in here beforehand, the problem you run into is that there are going to be a lot of people in here, and they're all going to be attacking you, not just them fighting the Gondians. The Gondians will also attack you. So saving their family and then coming in here lets you avoid that. So what we need to do now is go up to that spot over here. Let me just do some healing because definitely going to need it. Yeah, pretty... Maybe you can do... No, I think we'll just do a rest. Should be fine. There we go. Alright, get some slots back. Alright, so let's head on over here. Lots of loot in here. We'll get that in a little bit. Let's just progress this quest line. Yeah, you can see all like the bodies and stuff over here. Below, there's a spot below we have to go to, which we will in a second. There's a parasite right here. Alright, so I'm going to loot the bodies so I can find the key to the door, and then we'll get to the door, and then we'll progress the quest. Alright, we did get the keys. So we had several keys. I think they went to my actual key chain here. So let's see. Yeah, control level key. And there's a metal crate key. So those are the two ones we just got. Let's go ahead and open this. Alright, so this is the control center. And there's a lot of interesting things you can do with this. There's these brain jars you can look at. You can put them in the contraptions, and then you can actually talk to them and interact with them. It's very interesting.
Parasite stirs within the pickled brain, twitching. As your mind connects, you feel yourself become strong, powerful, metal. You are a steel watcher, charging through the streets in pursuit of a young girl. She is screaming.
Alright, so we're actually interacting with a steel watcher in the world through this brain, and so we can try to stop them and take some wisdom. 25, we have a +3. Do Bardic Inspiration maybe. Not quite. I'm not going to worry about it that much.
The parasite is too strong, and you can only watch as the little girl rounds a corner to find a dead end. She cries for her mother as you draw your lance, raising it above your head. You are kicked from the infected brain as the lance comes down.
Yeah, so that's unfortunate. Probably should have did the wisdom on that one. So here is a body here. And we get a little book on how to build a watcher. Some more pieces of lore. There's probably some pieces of things we can get in there.
Wait! Elevator gyroscopes. Triple say quadrupex. No, it can't be.
What is it? What's wrong?
I hear it through the floor. Powerful, indestructible. The ultimate watcher. The Titan.
Indestructible. We'll see about that.
It shames me to admit this, but you must face this beast of Gondian folly alone. I would be crushed in an instant. When it raises its shields, strike it with every scrap of magic and might you possess, and pray to God that it does not fire upon you. Good luck, my friend.
Alright, so we have to fight the watcher, kind of the main watcher, the ultimate watcher, I guess, if you will. So let's go through here. And this is the control area. And there's a Hellfire Watcher here. And you can see all these different things, pieces of stuff here, but we're going to encounter what he was talking about. Alright, so this is the Steel Watcher Titan. I definitely want to avoid getting hit by this guy. He does do quite a bit of damage. He's definitely more powerful than a normal Watcher. And he's not very fast, so you can keep your distance. And he also does do a missile barrage at the end. But you probably want to deal electric damage to him, because that's what most Watchers are weak to. if you look at their stats, see that they're kind of resistant to a lot of damage, but they're very, very weak to lightning. So focusing on lightning is pretty good. So yeah, this is a kind of a tough fight, but definitely doable. Alright, that fight is done. So we had, yeah, there's the Gondian guy here. We talked to him. But yeah, it's a pretty rough fight. This guy's very slow, which is fortunate, but you've spent a lot of time dealing a lot of electrocution damage and then keeping them wet and stuff like that, so that's all part of the deal. But not too bad. We did do it. Got to put the elixirs on, but that's alright. We'll get it for Gortash for sure. I'll just make a note to remind myself to do that. So yeah, let's talk to this guy, the Gondian Xaner Tubin.
The Neurosita. I can hear its hum. Familiar, yet painful. I helped design the steel watches, toiled night and day on the first bipedal prototype. It is fitting it ends this way. I will bring down not only the steel watch, but the very Foundry itself. This place will be smoke and rubble when I am finished. Are you ready, my friend?
Do it.
Gond, let your hammer be my courage, your furnace my heart.
It's been a while, my friend. I saw the explosions from across the pond. I should have known you'd be right in the thick of it. Watchers collapse in the street as we speak. The city thanks you. I thank you. But it's not over. So long as a single parasitic Gondian remains, Baldur's Gate is under threat.
Enough, Wyrm. Gortash enslaved us, forced us to build his steel watches, but no more. Take the city, let the Iron Hands reign supreme. I just wish to go home and hold my daughter.
Tubin is right, it's over.
Please. If a Gondian told me the sky was blue, I'd look outside and check. You Gondians will lie, scheme, and torment this city until your dying breaths. Let's end this!
I know 100 ways to kill you, Wyrm. So I'm only going to say this once. Walk away.
I thought you were a rebel in arms. I see now you were but a snake, waiting for its moment to strike. Keep your precious Gondians. But know that I will not rest until this city is rid of them and their bootlickers. When the day comes, my hammer will find your skulls and crack them wide open. Iron Hands, move out!
Alright, yeah, that was the Iron Hands. We probably could have talked to them before we went in here and did this, but it's fine. There's not really much you can do. You can dethrone Wyrm, but it doesn't make too much of a difference, really, from what we just did. So we did defuse the situation, and we are good to go now. So we do need to take a long rest now. And then the last thing we have to do is take out Gortash. Let's go ahead and take a long rest, and then we'll go talk with Gortash. Alright, we are back from a long rest, and we are in the Wyrm's Rest Crossing. And there's going to be some enemies here. So we're going to take these guys out. These are all like the Flaming Fist that were guarding the building. So there's going to be quite a few of them. But you can go around this. You don't have to actually go through this. You don't want to take the portal. But there is a way to get around this if you don't want to fight these guys. I'm just showing this way just in case you happen to go this way. But yeah, there is a back way, and I'll show you that a little bit later, the back way, once we get up to the next floor. Essentially, you have to go down to the bottom, coming from the other side where the bridge is closed, and then walk around, and then there is a way to get up to the top without having to deal with that. So one thing you do want to do is you want to make sure that you do have a couple of scrolls of invulnerability. Those are going to be very helpful for this fight. And you also want to make sure that you do have a long rest, and you do have your buffs equipped after your long rest. So let's go ahead and take these guys out. And it shouldn't be too much of a fight. A lot of these guys are lower level than us, so it's just a matter of trying to take them out one at a time. Doesn't really matter what order. I guess whatever one's closest to you. Try to knock them out. And that's pretty much it. Don't burn too many spell slots because you're gonna need them for Gortash later on. Alright, so that's going to be the fight, or at least one of these fights. There's actually multiple fights that we can get into. There's going to be enemies over in the other room here. Yeah, there's like some other guards here. But we don't have to fight these. These are ones we have to fight if we come in from the bottom and then go through the cellar. Alright, so this is the door we have to go through. This takes us upstairs, and this is where we're going to fight another group. But all these groups are smaller. The Gortash fight is in the top floor. He's in like the throne room, I guess. There shouldn't be anybody in this room, so we should be clear. Alright, so we have another fight, and this one has, what do we have, 6 people, 7 people in here? Also traps, there's grenade launchers, there's flamethrowers, so we have to be careful not to be in those areas whenever they go off. So for the most part, this fight is pretty simple. We just have to avoid the traps, and then we can probably just take down everybody in order. There's people spread all over the place, and they're going to come in at different times, so we just take down the ones that are closest to us. And we can kind of funnel them into certain areas with AoE. So other than that, it's pretty straightforward. There's not anybody that has any special abilities. So we can just take them out and then move on to the next part. Alright, that's that fight. Tried to preserve spell slots so that I didn't use them all up. But I didn't do that good of a job, I guess. So there is a decent amount of loot. A lot of these people have like rare items on them. Nothing too special though, like nothing unique. Alright, so let's take a short rest so we can get our spell slots back. So you can go ahead and loot these guys if you need the money, and probably don't need that much money. And then we can go outside. We need to go, I think, to the back door. Yeah, let's head to the back door. And in the back door, it should be the way up to the top. So let's go through this side here. So actually, this double door here, if you look on the back side, there's vines that come down, and those vines will take us all the way down to the bottom. So this is kind of the back way. You can get in from the bridge and then just climb up. And then you get through this door right here, and this kind of bypasses all those fights that we went through. And so we can just go from here, straight up to the top. You can use a scaffolding here, and then it'll take you up to the top. Just need to fly up, and then climb the ladders, and then we should be good to go. Since we took out all of the Steel Watch, there's not going to be any patrols up here, which is nice. Taking out the Steel Watch does make this fight significantly easier. If you didn't do it, it would be pretty rough. Also, you want to be careful because there are a ton of traps here. So just be careful with that. There's like different types of like mines and then stun mines. And I think this is to prevent you from kiting things outside. Alright, so we have to go around the corner here. Where's Karlach?
Go for a good meal.
Ah, okay. Let's get her caught up. And then, yeah, we just go around the corner in the door, and then that's going to be where the next fight is. I'm going to pick, yeah, let's keep with our tank first. Or tankish person. Here's the dead Steel Watchers.
Must avoid that trap.
Another trap here. Yeah, let's go in the door. Try to avoid everything. Alright, so if you didn't get the Globes of Invulnerability, the scrolls, or if you don't have that spell, I would definitely go back and get that before you come to this fight. It's gonna make things a lot easier. And let's just go ahead and start it off. Oh, we gotta save. Alright, so we just go through here. There shouldn't be too many people in here. He does summon more people during the fight. But yeah, I think there's like a couple of fists in here. It's like there's two extra people. There's a lot of stuff in here. These are all like statues and stuff. Alright, so let's get this started.
This was your doing, wasn't it, Karlach? The destruction of my Steel Watch. Such a petty vengeance.
Those things were evil. Just like their papa. To think I ever worked for you. Proudly, too.
I never meant to harm you, dear. Merely to help you realize your vast potential.
You sent me to the hells. You let Zariel take my heart. As though any of it was yours to give away.
The greater good, Karlach. Something I wouldn't expect you to understand.
You feel no regret, do you? All right. How about fear, then?
Oh, you do quite misunderstand. I've already made a deal with your companion. We need each other.
Do we now?
You've heard enough. Attack.
You can't escape me! Wherever you go, I'll find you. Wherever you run, there I'll be!
Alright, so this fight is probably slightly easier without the Steel Watch. If you look at his stats, we do see that he has quite a bunch of stats that he's resistant to right now because he has a shell of resistance on him, which does like a lot of resistances on it. And he pops that every once in a while. That will come off here once we hit him enough. So really we can control this fight. The biggest thing is that we want to get the globe of invulnerability down. So we should pop that, and then we will be able to kind of just cruise along and take things out. We can AoE everybody down. Once they get close enough to us, we can also just like group them up. And I'm going to pop my extra spells here, so we can use that. Alright, so as far as what Gortash can do, he can summon fists in the air. They do like a ton of damage if they hit you. They're kind of like explosions. They smash to the ground and explode. They might be able to knock us out of this globe of invulnerability. And then the other enemies are just normal enemies. They don't really have too much. They're just going to attack us with their spears. They might do a fear, I'm not sure. But we should be fine. We can probably kill them before they get to us, especially with the CC on the ground. And Gortash also will get to a point where he summons multiple enemies. And those enemies that he summons will buff him up. They'll give him extra hit points. So that's one thing we need to be concerned about. And I think if we get him low enough, we can probably just ignore those enemies. But if not, then we can also just go ahead and kill him. And that'll save us some time. So yeah, with the globes of invulnerability, and with the extra spells that we can cast, and the fact that there are no Steel Watchers here, it should be pretty easy to take them out as long as we stay back in the globes. If we go forward, we have to deal with traps, so this spot right in the middle here is probably the best spot to be at. The traps won't hit you right here, because they're either in the room or they're in the room behind us. Alright, so let's finish this.
done very well indeed.
The netherstones pulse with psionic energy, permeating you, pulling you in line with their rhythm. The thrum quickens, rising, cresting on a single feeling. A location.
A moving pool beneath the city itself. So that's where the Chosen imprisoned the brain.
Do you think we're ready to face the Elder Brain?
With the stones in hand and the Chosen dead, we stand as good a chance as we ever will. As to how good a chance that is, I cannot say. But I have hope.
You know Baldur's Gate best. How do we find this morphic pool?
If memory serves, there are smuggling routes beneath the city. They will take you underground. When we reach the pool, we will find the brain, and we will end this. In death, thraldom, or freedom. But a word of caution. Once we cross into the Elder Brain's domain, there will be no turning back. Finish your business here before you proceed. The brain will be waiting for us.
Alright, so that is the fight. And yeah, not too bad. We do need to talk with Karlach and finish up her quest line. So she wants to see Gortash now.
It's finished. It's done. I need to see him up close. I need to know he's dead.
Alright, so let's go over to the body and let's click on the body. We already looted him earlier, but we can click on him again.
So Gortash is nothing more than a pile of flesh? Same as the rest of us.
He's dead now, you've won.
I don't feel like I've won. All I feel is tired. Is that it then? Killed the bastard who ruined my life, and now I crawl into a corner and die? Am I fucking missing something?
There's a lot to take in. It's no wonder you're overwhelmed.
I'm beyond overwhelmed. I'm finished. He's dead. And he's no fucking sorrier now than he was before. What was the point? I'm still dying. I'm dying. I'm going to die.
Karlach, it doesn't need to be this way. You can still return to Avernus.
I don't want to go back to hell. I shouldn't have to. I want to live. I want to live here, in my home, with my own heart. My heart. It was mine. And they took it. I'm going to be as dead as a Gortash any day now. Any moment. And what then? Off to the City of Judgment to waste into oblivion? Into the dirt to get eaten by maggots? Is that it for me? Is that fucking all? And you'll just keep going, won't you? Watching the stars, warming your hands on the campfire, dancing, eating, making fucking love all night. All of it, all of it! That's my reward for everything I suffered. That's why I survived 10 years of torment. The fighting, the clawing, the loneliness, the fucking loneliness. All of it so I could rot. Because the person I trusted the most gave me away to the devil. It isn't fair. I don't want it like this.
I would do anything to change it, but I just can't.
You could try. You got a wish spell in that pack of yours. What the fuck am I supposed to do now?
I don't know, but whatever it is, I think we're meant to do it together.
Let's get out of here. I've always hated this place. Stupid fucking gigantic bridge or whatever. I think I need to go to camp for a while. Be alone. Scream at the sky. You can come and find me later if you want to. Thanks for listening. For existing. Love you.
Alright, so that's the end of Karlach's quests chain. So it is complete now. So yeah, that's going to be it. That's the fight, the Gortash fight. We did go through a lot in this episode. We went through the Steel Watch factory and we took out the Steel Watch there. And then we came over here and did several floors of fighting and several rounds of fights. And it all led us to here, which is the end of Gortash, and we now control the 3 Nether Stones. And so the next part will be us confronting the Elder Brain. And there's still some decisions we need to make with that, but we'll get to those very soon. So that's going to be it. I thank you for watching. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.